So one very, very unique thing in this game is how it does arena. It's the tower defense type arena. That's not that special, but there are current challenges active. Weekly challenges, anti-air, and single target DPS is the current rotation we are in, and it just swapped to single target DPS. Now, this is the first time the global version has had single target DPS since Valeria has been released. So I wanted to show you the most busted team that I've made for single target DPS. You just gotta see it. So without further ado, let's get into it. What up guys, Murder Inc. As I was just saying, single target DPS now that we have Valeria into the mix. If you don't have her, unfortunate, but this is going to be fun to watch regardless. So I'm facing another Valeria team. Who am I using? Toreador, Salazar, Valeria, Silas, and of course Dolores, the bread and butter for pretty much every... Well, actually, you don't have to use Dolores that often, but you can. Toreador, he's just a bonus, right? I'm using him for his Lord bonus. You could use Wrath if you wanted to, but Valeria and Silas, those are the two keys. So let's hit auto and let's just watch what happens. You're not going to believe it. I couldn't believe it when I first did. So the good part about Valeria is she gets reduced cost in the arena, which means I can place her right at the gate here, literally right here. Then I pop her ult. And this is the key. So I pop her ult, she cannot die. But what happens next is the crazy part. She has a little bit left of her ult, and her main damage is the explosion afterwards that we just saw. That did about 70% of the mob that just walked out, and then Silas walked over and auto-attacked it twice for the kill here. Now Silas is going to plot. Look at this. I'm not getting a single hit, and the enemy's unit is at full health when this is all spawning here. Same thing. Not a single attack. If you know how this works, the lower health, the faster attack speed of these mobs, and they start sending ranged attacks at your, I want to say nexus is a good term for it. Now she's going to blow up here, and she just one-shots with her blow up, and she's going to die, which ends the round, and we end up winning the game from this last one. So 100% to 0. Beautiful. I've never seen a faster team like this. It kind of just auto-plays Toreador there. The BP is rather high overall. The only thing I don't know is what happens when I face a team with 400 or 500,000 BP themselves, where Valeria actually dies at the start. It's possible. I mean, we can look for one. So we have a 394 here. Let's see what happens. I'm curious. I'm sure anyone watching is going to be curious. Meridoc, let's see what happens when our two high BP teams go against each other. Is Valeria going to die in the end here? So let's look at her health. It's getting pretty low. Okay, so we didn't quite kill her. I'm assuming, you know what they say about assuming, but I'm going to assume that the next hit from the mob that walks out here, okay, it didn't kill her. I still one-shot and blew it up. So it looks like this BP limit isn't quite going to be the real limit here. But what about now? She's getting low. Silas doing Silas things here. The proc from the vileness artifact I'm using is actually stalling Salazar. Maybe that's going to be a factor. No, Silas just OP. I mean, look at the difference between the health of the enemy team and the health of mine. I'm not talking about the top health, but the mob. I'm killing it so early. All right, okay, so now she was just put into execute range, and she's going to die here, but we win. Toreador was placed on the bottom for one last bonus here. And I think if that played out, Valeria would just fall over because that's how her ultimate works. So we can do one more fight. It even lasts up to 416 compared to 390. What was the total BP? I mean, let's look at the... Okay. Look at this damage breakdown. 13... If you had told me there would be a champion who would almost triple Silas's damage, I would have said, you're playing the wrong game. That game doesn't exist. But Valeria, as soon as I saw her and saw her damage and kit, I said, this champion's going to be busted in so many places, including the guild boss. Do I wish I got her A5? Yes. I only have her A2, so it is what it is. Maybe over time I'll get lucky and get her, but 416 versus 394 is still possible. And now we have enough for one final battle here. Let's go ahead and fight my clanmate, which if I were a nice guy, I would lose. So he gets some free points, but I'm not a nice guy. So maybe he's the one who beats me. Maybe. I'm just kidding. Have you seen his team? What a noob. Just kidding again. That was toxic. So we place him at the start here. Let's see. What is his team? Okay, so his team's, I think, one tile back. And he gets him to 85%. Not bad. Not bad. Am I going to 100 and know my clanmate? Let's see. Maybe he has something up his sleeve. Well, I killed the mob before he even got to auto attack. Okay, it is what it is. Listen, I'm assuming people are going to figure this out if they haven't. I mean, I'm not going to assume no one's figured this out yet, but this is just stupid strong. I cannot theory craft in my head a faster way to do this because we're literally placing Valeria one tile away from the gate, and killing enemies at the gate is going to be the meta for every single rotation. I know a lot of players try to slow them down and like group them together. Maybe that's a viable strategy, but I honestly don't see it. Okay, so there you have it, another 100-0 against my clanmate. The real question is going to be if this becomes, if/when this comp and team becomes more popular, what's it going to be like when you're racing against each other? That's going to be the real question. I think if you have an A5 Valeria, you're going to be able to destroy a team like mine, because mine's only A2, but we will see. I haven't seen a single team like this yet here. Let's kind of go to the rankings. And of course, we have the people, I don't know why they spend so much money to get the top 1 avatar, but it is what it is. We have a joke in my guild where it's like the noob spotter. If you have a top 1, we know you're a noob because you spent it, since you get the same rewards for every single rank here. But let's have a look. Is there not a way to see single target? I mean, maybe it's just not updated for these guys yet. Single target, yeah. So the comp I'm showing you right now is going to completely destroy every single team we're looking at right now for single target. If you don't have Valeria and you're not using Valeria, you have 0 chance to win against what I'm proposing here. No Valeria there. Okay, what about my guild leader? See, he knows. Probably because he copied the screenshot of what I sent. Look at this noob actually using a Valeria or an Elowen. You don't need the healer, my friend. Yes, I would gap you. Confirmed. Anyways, wanted to make a quick video. This team's a ton of fun to use. Obviously, I'm not going to be buying extra tokens just to keep going because they're a bit expensive. Actually, I'm kind of curious as to how expensive they are. Let's go back here. 150 for 5. Yeah, right. The rewards are not good enough for that. So that's going to conclude this video. If you enjoy content like this, smash that like button, subscribe with the notification bell. I'll see you all in the next upload.